Welcome back to another explainer, fellow focus learners. Today, we're unpacking a really fascinating framework, the architecture of a peaceful mind. If you've ever felt completely drained by your own thoughts, well, you're absolutely in the right place. We're going to deconstruct exactly how mental exhaustion takes hold, and more importantly, how we can rebuild our focus and reclaim our peace. Let's just jump right into it, because the way this framework illustrates the problem, it's something I think every single one of us can instantly recognize.
What if I fail? Think about how fast your heart beats when that thought suddenly pops into your head right before a big presentation or a crucial exam. It's sharp, right? It's sudden. It demands your immediate attention and just, boom, instantly throws your entire mind off balance.
And before you can even process that first question, the next one hits you. What if people laugh at me? Now the stakes are instantly higher. It's not just about the task anymore. It's about your identity, your social standing, your ego. The thoughts are moving faster now, compounding on each other, creating this overwhelming wave of self-doubt.
And then, the absolute worst-case scenario lands on you like a ton of bricks. What if everything goes wrong? Just saying that out loud feels exhausting, doesn't it? That heavy, relentless sequence of catastrophic questions perfectly captures what an overactive mind sounds like. You're physically sitting perfectly still, but mentally, you're running a marathon with absolutely no finish line in sight.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1. The trap of overthinking and how unnecessary worries spiral out of control.
So we need to analyze where these destructive thoughts actually originate. The source material defines this trap perfectly. Overthinking isn't just thinking a lot. We all think a lot. Thinking is a necessary tool. Rather, overthinking is the act of filling our minds with fear and unnecessary worries. Notice the active nature of that definition. It's a process that actively floods our minds. It takes a completely neutral situation and intentionally injects fear into it. It's basically a fundamental misallocation of our cognitive resources, turning our brain from a helpful tool into a trap.
Which brings us to Section 2, the toll on daily life and the unseen cost of mental loops.
Because this cognitive misallocation, it doesn't just stay neatly tucked away in our heads. It has severe, tangible physical and cognitive consequences on how we live. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the text isolates three stark, exhausting nighttime realities: stress, anxiety, sleepless nights. We get a very clear picture of a person sitting alone in the dark, entirely unable to sleep. When the world outside goes quiet, the mental loop inside just gets louder. The physical toll of this trap begins right when we're supposed to be resting, effectively robbing us of our critical recovery time. You're waking up exhausted literally before the day even begins.
But of course, the exhaustion doesn't just clock out when the sun comes up. The source shows this burden spilling directly into our daytime routines. The daytime toll is profound. It actively steals our concentration. It severely impacts our studies and our daily tasks. We've all been there, right? Staring at a textbook or a computer screen, reading the exact same sentence 5 times and comprehending absolutely nothing. And perhaps the most frustrating part, it makes simple decisions incredibly difficult. When your brain is paralyzed by predicting endless what-ifs, even choosing what to eat for lunch can feel like an insurmountable challenge.
This leads us directly to Section 3, Breaking the Mental Loop and Reclaiming Your Focus.
It's time to shift gears and look at highly actionable, immediate solutions. To immediately disrupt a mental loop, the source material provides a powerful 3-step physical intervention. Step 1. Go for a walk. You literally change your environment to physically step away from the stressor. Step 2. Talk to friends. Getting out of your own head and externalizing your thoughts breaks that dark isolation of anxiety. And step 3, take a deep breath. It sounds remarkably simple, I know, but a deep breath acts as a physiological reset button for your nervous system. These aren't just nice feel-good ideas. They are immediate practical circuit breakers designed to halt an overactive mind right in its tracks.
So the crucial point is that once you've broken the physical loop using those steps, you have to implement these key mental shifts that the source recommends. Instead of spiraling into problems, you consciously force your brain to focus on solutions. You stay active to burn off that excess nervous energy. And above all, you live in the present moment. You stop projecting your mind into a catastrophic imaginary future, and you anchor yourself entirely to what is happening right here, right now. That is exactly how you starve overthinking of the oxygen it needs to survive.
Finally, we arrive at Section 4, the architecture of peace and building a happier life.
This is the culmination of our journey today, moving steadily from paralyzing anxiety toward a truly reclaimed sense of mental peace. And this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate contrast. On one hand, we have overthinking,
letting fear and worry completely control your life. It operates like a prison of your own making. But on the other hand, we have a peaceful mind. Now, this doesn't mean you stop thinking altogether. Actually, scratch that. It means thinking wisely. The result of this wise thinking is being able to smile with genuine confidence and experiencing a tangibly happier life. It's the profound difference between being a helpless victim of your thoughts and being the intentional architect of them.
The source wraps up this entire philosophy with one incredibly profound statement. A peaceful mind leads to a happier life. It is so elegant in its simplicity. When we stop flooding our cognitive space with unnecessary worries, we actually clear the space required for joy. That is the ultimate takeaway of this explainer. Peace isn't the absence of thought, it's the masterful, calm control of it. Which leaves us with one final, vital question to consider before we go. What will you choose to focus on today? Will you let the what-ifs build a cage around your potential, or will you use your focus to design the architecture of a peaceful mind? The framework is right there, but the choice is entirely yours. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep focusing, and I'll catch you next time.